Okay, I think we're live now. Thank you everyone for joining us again today. I have Jess here with me to do a client interview for you all. Bear with us, we're doing this live, which, can cause technical issues and things like that. Hopefully you can see us and hear us and that everything's worked out well. So thanks for joining us in the Grow With Ease, a Groom for Grooming Business Owners page. And today we're talking to Jessica, who is a mentoring client of mine. And she's currently doing my Grow With Ease mentoring program. And the reason I wanted to bring her on today is because she's had some amazing results within the program. And we've only just scratched the surface. We've only just started. So I thought I would get her on for you all so you can see what it takes and, hear from her and see how everything's going. So, hi, Jess.
Hi. Hi, everyone. This is Dweezil, by the way. He's sitting on my
Oh,
lap. That's my dog.
oh, adorable. So you are just if you want to start letting everyone know where your salon is and what your salon's name is.
Yeah, my name's Jess, from Cuts for Cuts, in Thomastown in Melbourne. I started my business, it was just me, in my garage, for a few years, got through COVID and everything. And then 3 years ago, straight out of COVID, I decided to take the plunge and move to a warehouse. I've since then now I've got 8 staff members. I have a very busy, as you can hear, salon. And yeah, I'm not grooming anymore. Well, at least as much as I used to be grooming. Obviously, I used to groom full time. Now, having 8 staff members, I'm sort of just running the behind the scenes. I so where I was sort of at when I contacted Davina was everything was going really, really great. We were generating income, but I had personally taken off close to 12 months from this grooming anyway, because I had a baby. So he will be 2 in January. But yeah, it meant that I couldn't be here for my business all the time, at least as much as I was used to be here. And when I started to come back on back into the salon and be here more often, I found that there was just a lot of stuff that needed to be sorted out, and it meant that I couldn't be taking appointments anymore, and it meant that for just so long I wasn't paying myself.
Yeah.
And it was getting really stressful because I didn't mind not paying myself while I was on maternity leave, but coming back and doing the hours that I was and being away from my son, um,
Yeah.
it kind of felt like, what's the point anymore? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm putting in all this work and I'm not getting anything for it.
Yeah.
Um, that's where I sort of reached out to Davina and this is where I am. Do you think you can help me?
Yeah.
And we had a really, really great conversation. It was amazing. And yeah, she made me realize that, just sort of taking a few, some of her advice already, like has just, my world has changed already in such a short time. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So when you decided to join the program, what made you decide, yep, I have to do this? Like what sort of went through your head at that time?
I think, like I said, because I wasn't paying myself, I was I was at a point too where I wasn't paying myself, but everything else was being paid. So I knew that we were generating enough income to stay afloat. But it was just so frustrating for me. And so I think it just kind of was like, it's either put my trust in this now
Mm.
or stay like this. Like, what have
Yeah.
I got to lose? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and not take generating any income, and
Yeah.
yeah, and keep finding other sources of working harder. Or I was at the point too where I was like, do I need to be grooming full time? Do I need to be taking appointments in order for me to generate a salary?
Yeah.
And it turns out, no, I don't
Yeah,
need to.
yeah, exactly. All right, awesome. So to let everyone know about your story and your journey. So you started the program, oh, it was only about a month ago, or
Mhm.
maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-month program, and
Mhm.
you came in and you just watched the very first training video in the program,
Yeah.
and you went away and you applied
Yeah.
what you learned straight
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
and you pretty much were applying as you were watching the training, and then
Yeah.
you sent me a text message and said, yep, I've just applied. And I said to you, how did that change your income? And you replied with $900 extra per week.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
that's just
Straight out.
insane in itself. Like the fact that you just went light bulb moment, apply, and you did it.
Yeah.
What went
Literally.
through your mind while watching that training that made you go, yeah, I've just got to do this straight away?
Yeah. So I literally did it. So I unfortunately couldn't be a part of the live,
Yeah,
the live recording. So I was watching it a day later, I think.
yeah,
And I was sitting in front of my computer watching it, and I went, literally while you were talking, I just started doing it. I started putting up my prices because I had been thinking about it for so long.
yeah,
But I kept going, I'm going to do it in January. And in January, I'm going to do a big price increase because, it's January. And what was going through my mind was just that, everything you're saying, what have you got to lose? What have I got to lose? I mean, worst case scenario, everyone gets upset at me. And if that's the case, I suppose I could change it back. But of course, as you do with every price rise, there was hardly anything came of it. Everyone went, okay,
yeah,
that's the price rise.
yeah,
Um, and it just made sense. It was a light bulb moment for me was when you said, okay, now if you apply, however much you want to increase your prices by today, how much is that going to bring in for you extra per week?
yeah,
And I went, okay, well, if I'm doing, we're doing 90 dogs a week. And if I increase, each groom by $10, which was what I wanted to do in January anyway, well, that's $900. And
yeah.
that is exactly what you said. That's your salary.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly. So straight away after just the first
yeah,
lesson was like your biggest reason for joining the program to
yeah,
pay
I was
yourself
done. Like
was
it was
16 an
done.
hour. So
Yeah.
if it was such a simple strategy and such a quick result that you got, why hadn't you already done this?
Um, I guess uh, what you sort of say a lot to us is that it's a mindset thing. It's like I kept thinking, well, I'm going to put it off because I kept saying because I had only just done a price rise in January, and it was
Yeah,
only, when did I do it? Late August. Um, and I'll just do it in January, and just all these other like insignificant reasons which didn't make sense because at that time I really needed the income because we had a big sort of financial hit at the start of the year and I was still recovering from it. And like I said, and I wasn't paying myself, and I was at the point where I'm like, I really need it. So it just went like, hang on
yeah,
a minute. Yeah,
yeah.
why not do it right now? Like, you were so right. I just went, yeah, okay, just do it right now. I literally did it while I was watching the video
Mm,
and went downstairs and I told my staff prices are increased by $10. Some of
mm,
my staff went, oh no, what are we going to do? And I said, if you have any issues, tell them to talk to me.
mm-hmm.
Literally nobody.
Yeah, yeah. And I think
And
that's the biggest difference there because we have so many, everyone knows that as a strategy in our industry, put your prices up. Like it's the answer to everything. But it needed you to watch the video and
mm,
watch to understand the mindset tricks that happen in the background to overcome them. And that is the
yes.
difference with what the training does compared to someone who would just sort of go, all right, I already know the answers. Why am I not
Mm,
already applying them? And
yeah.
that's what a mentor does. That, just pretty much talks you through it and makes it a no-brainer, really, those light bulb moments. So
It's so funny because we talk about it now, it seems like so stupid. Yeah, of course, put your prices up. Like, yeah, we should all
But
do that,
that's
I think,
oh,
as an
exactly, but
industry.
that's why we all don't. It's the biggest
Yes.
problem in our industry is because we've just got these limiting beliefs stopping us from doing it. And that's why the very first part of my program is this mindset masterclass
Mm.
to start retraining your brain on how to think differently with your business and get over those limiting fears. So,
Yeah, and it was just that push, like just
mm,
having someone say to you, why not?
yeah,
And then you go like, yeah, why not?
yeah, yeah,
There's so many other things that I've done since that initial
yeah,
price increase too, from you just being like, why not?
yeah,
Yeah, why not?
yeah.
And I've taken that trust in you, and now already my trust in you is just, increased immensely, because you're right, everything, all the tricks that you're showing me are working. So
And those fears that are popping up that stop us from moving forward,
mm,
they're not real. So, and
mm,
that's exactly right. That's what the journey is. So,
mm,
yeah, so as you went through watching more trainings, you're getting one-on-one coaching with me, you pretty much
mhm.
just explained to me my next question on how did
Oh,
that
yeah.
start to feel. So
Yeah.
you actually, you had that trust, and that's the job of a mentor, really. You have the strategy, kind of know what you need to do, but to have that person backing you to say,
Mm,
you can do it, I've done it, now you can do
mm,
it, and then you do it, and then you get your own proof. Oh wow, I can do it. And that's
yeah.
the cascading effect. So that, yeah, okay, well, that's great. So so how are you feeling now? Like, we're only like a month in. um how is it making you feel, sort of where you can go from here?
I'm so confident. I'm so much more confident in the business than I was when I first reached out to you.
Mm,
I am now like looking at everything and going, yes, we can just apply this. Let's just see how it works. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it does, well, you know, we're only making more money from it. And it's nothing too intense either. They're all just, little things,
yes.
little changes that are really making a huge difference in the
Yeah.
business. And I'm a lot more confident, and obviously I'm a lot more happy, because I mean, I haven't even don't even think I've told you this yet, but you said to me, well, now your job is make sure you always keep paying yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
just pay yourself the once. And I have
Yeah.
every single fortnight. I have I'm like, no, you're working. So when I do the rest of the pays, I make sure that I'm getting paid too for what I'm doing,
Yeah.
instead of,
Exactly.
yeah,
And then
because
you're getting those rewards as you're
yeah,
going, which is making you
yeah,
more, yeah. Oh no, it's great. You're applying everything that I'm teaching exactly how you should, and these are the results. Like, you are an example of what it can happen if you
yeah,
just put, like you said, put trust in
yeah,
and do work. So that's amazing. So
yeah.
um so yeah, well, you just touched on the next point, where I said let's move on to about 3 weeks into the program.
Mm,
And you kept applying what we were learning. So that
mhm.
$900 increase went up again once we
Yes.
applied the next step, and then the next step, and then
Mm.
yeah, and then you sent me this message. Do you mind if I read it out?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So you sent me a message, and you said, I just watched the replay. I'm so excited to let you know yesterday was my biggest sales day I've ever had. We made 2,600 on a day we would usually make around 1,800. And it wasn't even an overly stressful day.
No,
We just had so many dogs book in for extras on top of price increase, just crazy. I'm so
yeah.
happy. I'm already feeling positive, so positive at the moment. Oh, and here's the best news. I paid myself this week.
Yeah,
And looking back on the bank account, I can't see why I can't keep doing this and pay myself again next week. Thank you so
yeah.
much for pushing me to implement these changes immediately. Why was I waiting? Exactly what I needed. Really looking forward to our business mentoring sessions.
Mm,
Those kind of messages that I get from my clients is why I do what I do. So I love to see that you'd already fixed the issue. And then that's like you just said. And then I went to you and I said, this is your job now. This is your new task. Pay
yeah,
yourself every week. It'll
yeah.
work. It will happen. It's the different
Hmm.
money mindset and
Yeah,
letting the money flow.
yeah, yeah, you're right. It's gonna, instead of I used to keep going, putting that money aside and going, oh well, that will go to other things. And now I'm like, no, 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 that's your wage,
And
that's
now
where
you
that's
won't
going.
even notice. You
No.
won't notice, oh, there's this big chunk out of my business because it's
Mm,
working. Yeah, that's the best part. So yeah, so how does it feel to finally get to pay yourself an income?
I mean, I'm so over the moon. Like my husband and I were talking just last night actually about buying a whole new we currently we have a queen size bed with a toddler in it, of course, because he doesn't sleep in the same. And
Yeah,
we've been talking about getting a king size bed. So we're like, let's just get a whole new bedroom suite. Let's get everything.
yeah,
And that's something we could never have ever even, we wouldn't even have talked about it.
yeah,
But now just having a bit of extra cash in our family bank account, it's just nice. It's nice. It feels like I'm coming to work and I'm doing something, for the
yeah,
family. Because always I think a lot of business owners that do have families, we all kind of feel like we're going to work, we're not getting much out of it. Oh, am I just doing this and taking all this time away from my kids? Am I doing this? Like we any mum or dad has felt that,
yeah.
who runs a business, and you question it all the time. Should I just get another job?
Yes.
Um,
And that was one of
but
the things you said to me when we were having our strategy calls at the start.
yeah,
You said, I don't feel this is worth it anymore. I might as well get a job because then at least you get paid for it. So it's
yeah,
very important to reward yourself too. So I'm glad you're going out and getting that
yeah.
that bed suite, because that's the thing as well. Like you've got to sort of celebrate those wins as well along the way, and that keeps that motivation and that confidence going. Okay,
Yeah, it's
so
wonderful.
um what is different about my mentoring program compared to any advice or training you've gotten for your business in the past?
That's a really good question because I have actually seeked a lot of advice um, before, and because it is so amazing because you are in the industry and you understand the industry.
Yeah.
um it's almost like often we talk and it's almost like we're the same because we've been through everything the same, and you know exactly when I tell you something you're like, yep, been there.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's a huge help because I mean no one understands dog grooming like other than dog groomers. Nobody. My
Yeah.
accountants don't get it. Like no one gets it,
Yeah.
unless you're in it. And I think that's a huge help. So if you are a dog groomer, I mean, it's a no-brainer to talk to you. You know everything about the industry. You've been there, you've done it, you've experienced it. And when somebody who's not a dog groomer comes into the industry and says, try this, try that, well, they don't know exactly how that's going to work and how that's going to help, whereas you do. So already, obviously, your advice has paid off so much for us. So
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah. Excellent. So what is your favorite part about the mentoring program?
I think I just love that you just give me the confidence to just try things. And that's what I've taken so far from all of this, and that is what have where I'm succeeding because of it.
Yeah.
Everything that you've said to try, I have just done.
Yeah.
Um, and I've usually done while you're telling me to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's just do this. I changed all of my weight categories. I added all these extra packages. And now I've actually got my staff doing a competition for whoever sells the most. Like we have little spa packages,
Yeah.
and whoever sells the most spa packages at the end of the month gets. I'm going to give them like a new pair of scissors or something really, really great. And so
Yeah.
they're all working really hard. Right?
Yeah. That's great. I love that.
And so they're all on board too. They love it.
Oh,
They,
great. Yeah.
yeah. It's all been wonderful, and I love that. Yeah, you just, it's just that little bit of confidence to go. Yeah, I'm going to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
So
that's all it takes.
your favorite part is that the things I tell you to do work.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because that's the big difference if sort of if someone's ready to do the program or not, and if they're successful or not, is how willing you are to apply what you learn. So that
That
takes
is it, 100%. Like I could see how a lot of people may, be nervous to try these things, especially if they are, if I came to you when I was first starting and I would be like, oh, but I don't know, I don't have as many clients. Obviously, I've got the clients behind me, but then also, I've got I've got a lot of clients that could be really upset at me if something goes
Yes,
wrong.
exactly. Yeah.
So I look, at the end of the day, it's just learning from your experience and
Yeah.
seeing, whether we can take that and whether it works for your business.
Yeah. And having that backing, like you said, to give you that confidence to try it, because
And
yeah,
even I hope, yeah, that me, telling you guys now, it's the same thing. If you go, like, it worked for me, like it
yeah,
really did. So just try it. You've got literally nothing to lose.
yeah.
Every time I've ever done a price increase or anything like that, I've never had anyone back me.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
the ones that say something, you're like, well, okay. I've
Yeah.
got a lot of other clients that
Yeah.
haven't said anything that I like.
Yeah. That's it. It's all about yeah, that mindset behind how you are applying. So you've got the strategy, but then also how to actually apply it in a way that works for our industry.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's so wonderful that you have all this industry knowledge, and it's wonderful that you're sharing it with everybody and helping other groomers. It's
Yeah, well,
amazing.
that's exactly why I do it, because like you said, I've got my business to a point where it succeeds and it flourishes
Mm,
without me needing to work in it. And
mm,
really, a business owner shouldn't be working in their business, at least not all the time.
mm,
And that's what I wanted to share. Like you said, you said your only real way you saw you making some income for yourself is going back to doing the services.
yeah.
And that's where it's like, well, no, there's another way. It can
Mm,
work another way. And that's why I do what I do and why I'm sharing this within my mentoring program.
yeah, it's
Um,
wonderful.
so do you think you'd be where you are right now if you weren't in the program?
No, no,
No.
I think I'd still be racking my brains of how to come up with generating more income.
Mm,
I'd still be not paying myself. I'd still
yeah.
probably be really, uh, in a bit of a
Still
downward
stuck.
spiral.
Still
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the thing. It's like you just said, it's the difference. You've got nothing to lose. So the difference is staying where you are and staying stuck, or sort
Mm,
of trying to make it up, or doing something
yeah.
about it that can um get you there faster.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, so you've still got 2 months to go out of 4 months. How do
Oh,
you feel
wow.
knowing you've still got so much to learn?
I'm really excited. I really, really am, because already it's just little things that I might take. Some things that you say may not apply to me, but other little
Yeah.
things I go, yep, I'm going to take that one and I'm going to apply it.
Yeah.
And I mean, to have all this extra time where I know that there's more things that you're going to share with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and it's really yeah, I just see, especially we're going into the Christmas period,
Yeah.
um, instead of being stressed out and nervous about heading into Christmas, I'm genuinely, for probably the first time ever, really excited about heading into Christmas, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to pump up my staff too to feel it as well. Because I think we can really, really, yeah, we can go big from here. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Awesome. That's the whole plan. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So would you recommend the program to other grooming businesses?
Of course, because yeah, like I've been rattling on about. I mean, why would you go to somebody else that doesn't have any grooming experience or any industry experience? I mean, you've
Mhm.
got it all. So, yeah, pick, we can pick your brains. It's amazing.
Yeah. Excellent. And so if you just want to leave everyone with just sort of one piece of advice moving forward for them, because you're on such a high with your confidence and your mindset right now,
Yeah.
people will feed off that and
Mm-hmm.
you motivate other people to,
Mm.
yeah. So if you've just got one piece of advice you'd like to just leave everyone with, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Let's just go for it. Just try. Just jump in. Just do it. And whatever that may be, whatever that thing you may be thinking of, just do it, because I mean, you've got literally nothing to lose. So
Yeah.
just try. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Jess. If
Pleasure.
anyone has any questions, you can put them in the chat. I'll answer them or I'll get Jess to answer them. Sorry,
Mhm.
we haven't looked at any of the questions as we're talking. Just a bit hard for me to see if there are any, but
Yeah.
you can, any questions that might be there or any questions anyone has, put them in the chat.
Mm.
I Grow with Ease mentoring program, you can actually join at any time. So I take in entries at the start of every month. So if you are thinking that this is something you would like to do and that's something that you want to really catapult your business, or even if you're stuck and you're wanting help to get you to the other side, all you need to do is book a strategy call with me. I do free one-on-one 60-minute strategy calls with everyone just to first see that this course is actually right for you and to see if you're the right fit. So just comment on this with strategy call and I'll send you the link and we can book you in and or get you started as soon as you like. So thank you, Jess, for joining us
Thanks,
today.
Davina. Well, that's all right. Thanks,
I will be
guys.
seeing you again very soon in our question and answer, group
Yeah.
question and answer. So I'll see you then.
See you later. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Bye.